Have you ever seen a yoga asana appear in the Bhagavad Gita? There is a deeper connection between yoga and Gita. Brahmarishi Nityananda Swamiji's book is a reconstruction of the Gita as a Yoga Shastra. It's a complete manual on yoga. I'm Priyanka, and here with me is Chandra, one of the contributors to the book. In this clip, you'll understand why yoga is central to the Gita and how each chapter of the Bhagavad Gita ends with an asana. I just want to talk about the cover of the book because it's the first thing that really stood out. On the cover of the book is a person holding a headstand. And it really surprised me because usually in Gita's book, we don't see any asanas. So can you tell us why is there a yoga asana on the cover of the Gita book?
Whenever we think of Gita, there is definitely an image of Krishna and Arjuna and in a battlefield.
Yes.
And this book definitely will stand out in the sense of it has the image which everybody is familiar, but in a smaller size. The bigger eye-catching image, the central image is an asana. The interesting part of the story of reconstruction was the relationship of Gita and yoga. Now, it's not that it is not known. There are certain clues that exist right at the initial sloka when anybody starts reading Gita or when anybody ends Gita, any of the chapters, there are a few things that references yoga. There's a terminology of Yoga Shastra. These slokas set out to explain what the content will be. That's the intent of this shloka at the beginning of um, any scripture for that matter. For Gita, it references Yoga Shastra. So yoga is referenced there, and it also is combined with Shastra, which basically means this is as detailed a book as possible on yoga, which is the first part. Now, the key is, or the second part of it, in addition to this, what I just said, every chapter ends with yoga. So there's yoga all over with respect to certain aspects of how the initial sloka of Gita is and how every chapter has the yoga name at the end of it. Now, what is important to think about it? Yes, yoga is a lifestyle. Yoga is much more comprehensive in terms of its applicability for any human beings. But at the same time, yoga also includes asana. Now, just mere asana is not yoga, but yoga must have asana, which all of us in our in our traditional sense do understand. Whenever anybody talks about yoga practice, there are clearly asanas leveraged in that practice. The construct of Gita is, yes, comprehensive yoga shastra beyond what an asana can do, but it also is inclusive asana. Now, this is where it starts getting more and more interesting as one gets into it, that there is this Yoga Shastra part of it in the sense of yoga as a philosophy or a siddhanta. And there is an asana, which is a physical representation of it, an experiential way in which one can live the philosophy, one can understand and realize the philosophy. And when these two are tied, then you have something which is way beyond today's existing yoga.
Check out the full podcast linked in the description.